Let's talk about Brian Kemp, who's running as a Republican against Stacey Abrams to be the next governor of the state of Georgia. He's also Georgia's current Secretary of State. Now, a little background on one of the major responsibilities charged to secretaries of state across the country: elections. Georgia's Secretary of State, Brian Kemp, is specifically charged with overseeing all election activity, including voter registration, municipal, state, county, and federal elections. He's responsible for certification of election results, as well as certifying the qualification of candidates and preparation of ballots and election forms and material. Now, along with those duties, Georgia's Republican Secretary of State and current Republican gubernatorial candidate also maintains the statewide voter registration database. And this is where this has become a massive conflict of interest for Kemp, and where he has brazenly showed that he is putting his thumb on the scale for the benefit of his own campaign in this election. You see, as I mentioned, Brian Kemp's Democratic opponent is a black woman named Stacey Abrams. She has a long and effective track record of activism that goes all the way back to her teen years. She has a real shot at winning this election, beating Brian Kemp, and becoming the first black woman to become governor of a state ever. And the prospect of her winning frightens Brian Kemp, the super manly tough guy who insists on doing campaign ads surrounded by guns. I mean, because how else would he communicate that he'd be a good governor other than demonstrating zero muzzle awareness and discipline by pointing his weapon on camera at a teenage boy? Anyway, I'm getting off track here. As Secretary of State for Georgia, Brian Kemp is holding hostage about 53,000 voter registrations. Nearly 70% of them are voter registrations of black citizens. What the hell is going on in Georgia? Not only that, as Secretary of State, Kemp, this lover of freedom and democracy, has canceled over 1.4 million voter registrations since 2012 and nearly 670,000 while he was running for governor in 2017 alone. What the hell is going on in Georgia? An analysis of records obtained by the Associated Press reveals a sickening racial disparity in those 53,000 voter registrations that are being held up by Kemp. According to the U.S. Census, Georgia's population is approximately 32% black, but the list of voter registrations held onto by Brian Kemp is nearly 70% black. What the hell is going on in Georgia? Do you think that this is a coincidence? Of course it's not. Brian Kemp is targeting potential Stacey Abrams voters in an effort to steal this election. This massive pile of goon can't win on his own merit. He can't win by dint of his ideas and agenda for Georgia. He has to resort to attempting to disenfranchise almost 40,000 black Georgians, because he knows full well they know better than to vote for a Trump voter pandering weakling who will set Georgia back decades. Look, things are changing in America, even in the Deep South, albeit a little slower there. Changing for the better, for progress. And Republicans are willing to do anything, it appears, to stem the tide of that change and progress, even if it means lying, cheating, and stealing elections, dragging us back to a time when voter suppression of blacks was the order of the day. So listen, Georgia, you've got a real chance here, a real chance to do something solid, to elect Stacey Abrams. Make sure you get out there on Election Day and cast your ballot, because this will be one of those elections where every single vote could be the one that sends Stacey Abrams to Atlanta as governor to represent all of the people, not just the white ones.